editing. And if it's an episode where I'm like, it's all good enough, I will put it out there. Those are some of my highest rated episodes, the ones where I did not edit. And so it's like, I want you to hear that I am human, that I am imperfect, and you're going to get this knowledge and this biblical advice, and we're going to keep it moving. And so, no, I'm not redoing nothing. One, I don't have the time because who I don't. And two, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get me unapologetically authentic, and it's gonna be authentic and it's gonna be jacked up, but it's gonna be great at the same time. So that's me. I ain't redoing nothing. To answer your question, nope.
Three of those things can be true. And even
Hey,
even Leah
I
said
gotta,
because she got rid of perfection.
and I'm not mad because I don't edit a lot either. Before Clive chime in, I don't edit a lot either. Like I don't, because I would go back and try to delete every single word. I would try to do this and that. I don't do that anymore. I do want to make sure the visual looks good, because audio, I
Mm-hmm.
got that down pat because I do testing before I even record. But the visual, I got to make sure that the visual looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me personally. But it's also part of my branding. Again, my podcasting is something that I am pursuing more full time. So because that's the journey that I'm on, I do have to make sure that I look good doing it. So, now I'm perfect, because don't get me wrong, y'all, I still cuss. Let's be real. I still cuss. I still talk smack. I'm still a little petty. I am very raw and authentic when it comes to my journey. Okay. But I just got to be, clear on the screen doing so.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about all this, Clive? Yeah. There you go, Miss Keisha. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just touched on a sweet spot for me, Clive, because you talked about paying somebody to do it. You know, you get all these you when you get these LinkedIn requests, oh, so and so wants to follow you. The minute you follow them back or you accept a request,
Here they
pops
come.
into your inbox. Your email is on fire. Oh, I can get you 45 downloads for $45. It's like, how do you weed out the good people that can really help you revamp your channel or help you with your download? Like, is that even a thing, people out there that can get you more downloads? Because I'm like, why would you want that? Wouldn't you want people to authentically just love it instead of you paying someone to like
Yeah.
spring it along for you?
As someone that has made some investments when it comes to the growth of podcasting and channeling, it's about your optimizations. So it's about what you're talking about. You know, if you have, we talked about it a little bit earlier in the broadcast about like your target audience. You still have to kind of do that research and figure out who you want to be. I see a lot of people that want to do podcasts, but when it's time to talk about who you're trying to reach, oh, I just want to reach everybody. You know, if that's your purpose, fine. But as in from a coaching perspective, you're setting yourself up for failure. Everybody has a target audience. You know, everyone
Hmm.
has someone that they are trying to make an impact on. So you have to start off with knowing who your audience is. Once you've established that, then you work on things to fine tune that so it does reach that audience. YouTube is a powerful, powerful tool, and I talk about this often. YouTube is not social media. YouTube is a search engine, just like Google. It is a search engine. People type in what they want to look for, what they want to see. So you have to, in order for them to you to reach them, you have to make sure your optimization is in alignment. So when they type in what they're looking for, your stuff comes up the same as Google. So because I understand that, I did make the investments because I don't
Yeah.
have the time to do it. I know how, I don't have the time. You know what I'm saying? On top of podcasting, I have two full-time businesses that I operate. I just didn't have the time. So I had to make the investment, and it has paid off for me. I made the investments to help with my SEO, to professionalize the page, make it look, you know, more brand worthy and stuff like that. So it really just depends on where you're wanting to take things. You know, if it's not something that you're wanting to pivot in for the long term, it could be something that you just continue to do. But if it's something that someone is wanting to elevate on whatever level, then but finding the right ones, it is going to require research on your part because they hop in them inboxes 24/7, baby. And
Hmm.
honestly, one of them could be,
Child.
but you have to do the research. If they are you, and I'll tell you this on LinkedIn because I'm not on there as often. I'm going to go back eventually, but LinkedIn, for example, if you get someone that hops in your inbox and you go to their LinkedIn, and they only have 22 followers, they have never made a post, you know, and that's really on any social media platform. Where's your work? You know what I'm saying? I need to see your work. Show me your work.
Right.
And even if you want to respond to that inbox, hey, show me your work. Send me a portfolio. It's no different than when people are asking me, hey, we're interested in having a coach for a summit or a speaking engagement or this, that, the other. Hey, media kit. Shout out to my girl Leah, because baby, she made me perfect that with our class earlier this year. So A media kit. They should have one. They should have a portfolio that's talking about what they do and be able to show you the work that that they've done. So just a tidbit for you and a tip for anyone that is, looking to have that done. You do still have to do some vetting and some research when it comes to hiring
Yeah,
anyone for any aspect. So
I
I
haven't.
totally agree with that.
Oh, go ahead. I haven't
No, you go ahead.
done. I'm so okay. I will go. Okay. um, I haven't hired anyone. I mean, everything I do is pretty simple and streamlined. My episodes are literally somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes. So I did that for a reason. I'm a person who has ADD. At least I feel like I do. I can't focus that long. So I'm like, if I can't focus, no one else can. So that's why my episodes are short. But however, I do agree with everything Keisha said, like a media kit and all of that, just vetting the people that you are going to work with. I'm a big use of Fiverr. I love people on Fiverr. They do a lot of things for me.
Yes.
When it comes to shoot anything. I've used people on Fiverr for a couple of different things, and I have not had a bad person on Fiverr help me. And if I find somebody on Fiverr that I like, I stick with them. And so, also, I do a lot of word of mouth. So I ask people, like, hey, who has helped you with, editing or SEO or whatever the case may be, even websites. I ask a lot of people. If I can't figure it out, Google is also my best friend in YouTube. I'm pretty tech
Mm-hmm.
savvy, so I can figure out a lot of things myself. GarageBand was a whole learning curve for me because I was like, GarageBand, what are we doing? Definitely had to get on the YouTube for that. But like I said, I can figure things out for myself. I'm pretty tech savvy. I'm pretty creative. I can hop on Canva and come up with something, and people like, oh snap, who did that? Me. So, but when I don't have time, of course, I will definitely outsource to someone that I know, whether it's a friend or somebody on Fiverr. But media kits are where it's at. Shout out to Leah as well. Got me together with my media kit. And so yeah, that's all I got.
I didn't take the class, but I definitely was all about that media kit for sure.
hey, she dropped so many gems. Melissa, I don't know, did you take that class with us? Did we?
Yes, I
Okay.
was there. That's why
Yeah.
I was like, where I know you from? That's where I know you from. Hey girl.
Period.
So, hey, go, hey. Small world. Well, since we have Clive on, bringing the diversity, you know, this is important because, like we said, Clive has been dropping some real good nuggets today. And having that male perspective is so important because let the men tell it. We women are not wired to listen to men. However, when you have something important to say, it's good that you say it. And what I wanted to ask, and I wanted to start with Clive, is how can men, and of course, as we close, how can men and women work together to create a more inclusive and impactful narrative in podcasting? Probably thought I should have started with Keisha, huh? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's true.
that's a fact. Yeah, yeah. I love that. I
I get
love
it.
it.
Anybody else want to
Yeah,
weigh
I
in?
really just want to piggyback off that and just say it really just involves being open minded. You have to go into every conversation being open minded and also understanding that everybody ain't going to get that from you. And you're not going to get that from everybody. And one thing that I have learned on my journey, because I used to be that person we're ready to argue you down. But again, my own self transformation has shifted me into becoming more open minded, is saying, you know what? This ain't gonna work. And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, it's cool. I appreciate your feedback. Thanks so much. Holla back. I'm out of there. So just being, like Clyde said, being around those that share and want to share in that experience and want to make that impact together, man and woman. I think that that's critical, but also understanding that everybody isn't there mentally, everybody isn't there
Yeah.
spiritually, emotionally, everybody isn't there. That has what's helped me the most, is just being open minded and receptive, because I love having growth minded conversations with whoever. And I can have a growth minded conversation because I do it all the time, and listen to hear, not just listen to respond, listen to hear and
Right. To
engage off of
understand.
what exactly. So just being okay with being open minded and going into it with a completely open mind, is what has helped me out the most. And I think that's what will help us continue to unify, and just understanding that everybody don't want to unify, because there are some people out here who purposely and intentionally want to cause conflict, confusion, and things like that. And you've got to be self-aware enough to know that that's what that person is trying to do, so you can fall back and go find your tribe that does. So
And
Absolutely. I
just
love
to
it.
add to what everybody just said, I'm big on curiosity. I try to be curious in every conversation I'm in, and not and take my biases out of it, because I don't want to just be like, oh, that's what you're saying, and it's not really what they're saying. And so just being
Mm-hmm.
able to ask questions. I tell everybody that as a therapist, that's what we're trained to do. We're trained to ask questions. We're trained to be curious, and we're trained to take our biases out of whoever's problems that we're working with. And so I try to take that with me in everyday conversations. And I think it works sometimes it don't. Like you said, everybody don't want to be in alignment or in a growth mindset or growth conversation. A lot of times people are just out here just to argue and to have chaos. That's why everybody got to vote in November. But at the end of the day, we'll put that out there.
Period.
But yeah, I do think that, men and women, they can come together. I know they say men are from Mars and women are from Venus, whatever planet they're from.
And in
But
my
we
head, I was
actually
thinking that.
but I actually do think that as human beings, if we take away female and male, we just make it as human beings. I do think that we do need to talk. Have conversations. Just not talk at each other. We do need to be empathetic, put ourselves in each other's shoes, and really understanding everybody's journey and how we can contribute to the greater good, whatever that is. And so I always say, be curious, ask questions, don't ever assume, because assumptions make a blank out of you. And so let's not do that. And let's keep moving
Mm-hmm.
forward and try to come together as a human being, a human nation, and really go for the greater good and whatever that is for you and whoever else.
Yeah, I agree. No. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Unless you get on a topic like child support and then the whole conversation goes left.
Depending on who you talk to with that one.
So, yeah, I'm gonna have to handpick the partner to talk about that because that could really be a steamy conversation. So yeah, I really love this dialogue. I think you guys are really rooted in your podcast. I hope everyone would be able to take a listen to it, because although we are all podcasters, our content is different-ish in a way of who we serve and what it's all about, but all equally important to really get out there. I mean, we have folks that's going to help you with your mental health. We're going to help you with your love life. We're going to get your business together. And I'm going to go ahead and make you talk and tell me what's going on. Right? So, all of our podcast links are in the comments. So let's close us out. What is in the future for your podcast? What you got coming up, and where can people find you?
So the Woman's Hustle Thrills and Spills of Entrepreneurship is streaming on all audio platforms. It is also on my YouTube channel, which is Upgraded Mindsets Media. And you can actually catch both podcasts on there, The Woman's Hustle as well as Empowering Real Talk. You can actually follow me on all social media at Coach K Transforms. You can visit my website, which learns more about what I do as a life and business coach, because I work with women to help them with mindset transformation and also entrepreneurial purpose. So you can catch all of that at upgradedmindsets.life. And you can just follow me. Like I said, social media, I definitely post over there. But the best place to find me is the Upgraded Mindsets Media channel. You'll find exclusive content starting in October that will be streamed on my YouTube channel. And you can actually set up time to chat with me. Consultations are always complimentary from me. So I'm just super excited what's to come. The podcasts are definitely full steam ahead still, but I will be making shifts within the in-person side of my business, thriving, trying to elevate on both aspects when it comes to the business side. So just continuing to walk in my purpose pretty much, because this is exactly what it is for me. It's not a job for me. It's easy for me. Could be uncomfortable, scary, frustrating at times, but I always revert back to my purpose and I'm where I'm supposed to be. So, but yes, best place to find me is the Upgraded Mindsets Media channel on YouTube. So definitely subscribe to that.
Wonderful.
Um, you can find Untoxify Your Relationship on all podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple, all of them. I don't even know them because, Buzzsprout did it for me. I'm looking to get on YouTube in 2025. I'm just trying to close out 24, get to episode 50, and then I'm taking a good hiatus until 2025. So episode 50 should be in about the next 2 or 3 episodes, and then I am off for the holidays, and doing some well needed rest. As far as the podcast next year, I want to have more guests. I didn't have as many guests this year just because I started off and I was like, I can just do it all with me. Yeah, that was a lot. And so next year, I'm gonna look to have more guests on the show, and just do a lot of different things. Just a lot more topics, different topics and things of that nature. since podcast is a part-time thing, I don't really have much going on. I want to do more speaking engagements on relationships and how to be more healthy from a biblical standpoint. So I will start pitching towards whoever wants me to come. I have spoken before at churches and different conferences, but I'm looking to expand my platform. So that's pretty much for me.
Mhm. Yeah. Did any of you guys have any questions or comments from your folks?
Nope, I didn't see any, but besides the ones that you've already shared. So I
Mhm.
just thank everybody for tuning in, all my followers, listeners that, checked it out today. Share it in your news feed, especially if you are a podcaster. Again, as Clive said, you might not catch all of it, but you can definitely catch some of it. And you never know what part might be that motivation to keep you elevating on your podcasting journey or to start your podcasting journey. As Lucky said, he did have one that he used to do. And because of this episode, he is bringing it back. So we made an impact today, which is what it was about. So super appreciative of that.
And I love a good collab, and Lucky might want to go ahead and collab with Clive.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna put that in because Lucky is absolutely definitely, and
Yeah.
everyone here too as well. I'm always down for collaboration. So anytime, please don't hesitate to reach out. I know we have contact information, so I will do the same.
Hmm. Yeah. And well, I want to say this because I saw Sarah Jakes Roberts. I was listening to her earlier today after my regular church broadcasting, and although we want to create smaller content in clips, with having smaller content, you may miss the context. So make sure you listen to the whole thing. Set some time aside. Set some time aside. It's Sunday. Set some time aside while you're fixing dinner, while you're meal prepping, doing your homework, getting your Sunday cleaning done, and listen to the whole thing. So a smaller content might make you miss the context. So listen to the whole thing. So want to thank everyone that was able to tune in. Like Keisha said, share it out with your tribe. I think it was an amazing discussion. I wish we had more time, but girlfriend got a scholarship banquet to go to. So we're not going to do that today, but definitely look out for us to be doing some things later on. As far as Save Our Sisters Unplugged, I'm going to be planning some things in the city, so look out for a flyer about a belly dancing class. Yes, girl, we getting out there. I meant to get out earlier, but with mom's passing, it kind of set me back a little bit. So I'm trying to come out and do some belly dancing and just have some fun, some girl time or boy time. I mean, hey, it's open, right? Anybody, listen, that'll take some inches off you. So, and not only that, in December we're gonna have a nice little dinner. We're gonna get together. We're also working on our mentorship program that's gonna start out this year. So want to mentor some young girls that are, in their tweens, going into high school and beyond. Trying to get them prepped for college. So we have a program that we're gonna be initiating now. Just want folks to know that if you still want to donate to the scholarship, that is always open to you at www.saveoursisters.net. And you can click on the donate button, hit the scholarship. That'll take you there. You can make your donations there so that you can help contribute to a young girl's future. The qualifications would be the STEAM program, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And those are the categories, also through in communications and, of course, business acumen as well. So we want to help fund young ladies that are coming out of high school, going into college for the first time. Anything we can do to really promote education, especially among us Black excellence folks. We really want to push that because when you go into the hospital, representation is key. Wherever you go, representation is key. And not only that, we want to be role models. And so that's what we're really trying to do today. So thank you all for joining us. And I guess we'll see you next year for the next summit. So if you want to be a part of it, hit me up, let me know. And that's all we have for today. So happy Sunday, happy International Podcast Day tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace and blessings. All right. Okay, there we go. I ended the live.
Okay.
Okay,
I
there
had
we
to
go.
make sure I seen
Officially
the thing stop
ended.
scrolling. Right, because